Your Honor, I would like to bring to your notice that this is the 5th time Mr. Leon Montenegro not attended the divorce hearing. He deliberately harasses my client, Anna Areola, by delaying the hearing. Teodoro, Anna's lawyer, accused. I object to my client, Mr. Montenegro, going through serious health issues which require him to frequent the hospital and stay for treatment. The opposition lawyer argued. So my friend Mr. Jonathan here is saying, since the day he files for divorce from my client, he is either not well or out of the city. My client, for 2 years, Mr. Montenegro, has neither attended any single court hearing, nor has he responded to my client's call. In contrast, my client Anna Areola never missed her appointment, though she has a career which also needs her attention. I would state again that Mr. Montenegro is deliberately delaying the session as he doesn't have a valid reason to divorce my client, and she can sue him for mental harassment. Mr. Jonathan, this was the last time I am postponing the hearing. The next session, I want your client to attend it unless he is on a ventilator. The moment the judge said sharply, some in the crowd chuckled, while some snickered. Nothing, the sarcasm in his words. The courtroom was filled with many new lawyers or interns who wanted to learn the art of debating in the live courtroom session. Sir, on behalf of my client, I request the next hearing to be held after 2 months. Till then, he will recover and attend the court without fail. Request granted. Next case hearing shall start after the break. With that, the judge adjourns the hearing. Anna stepped out of the court along with her lawyer. Anna, did you try contacting your husband again? Teodoro asked, without looking at her and going through the file his assistant had given for review. Yes, but now it says the number is invalid. He is not using that number anymore. Anna replied. A pang of despair constricted her heart, making it difficult for her to breathe. She swallows hard the lump in her throat. She was heartbroken. It would have been an understatement when the realization hit her that there was no way for her to talk to Leon. It has been more than 2 years since that fateful day. Don't worry, this time the judge has given the ultimatum. The case is now in our favor. Plus, he doesn't have a valid reason for divorce. Teodoro assured her in his professional tone, raising his eyes from the file without bothering to smile at her. Anna sucked in a deep breath before forcing her practiced smile and said, Well, thank you so much. I will take your leave now. I need to reach the office. Without a reply to her, Teodoro parted from her, discussing the following case details. Anna's lower lips trembled slightly, and her unshed tears almost were on the verge of falling, but she held them in. Taking a few more deep breaths, she waited until her ragged breathing evened out. Straightening her back, she made her way toward the cab stand. She kept her facade on till she boarded a taxi. The moment she was alone away from the public eyes, her mask fell and Anna was lost in the past. While she was reminiscing about the past, a lone tear finally escaped from her eye. Why, Leon, what did I ever do to you? You left me when I was vulnerable and needed you the most. She cried, letting her emotions but out through her tears. The cab driver gave her a sympathetic look through the rearview mirror. She was brought out of her thoughts when her phone rang, and when she looked at the caller's name, she couldn't help sighing seeing her mother's name on the screen. She didn't have to guess why her mother called. No, Mama, he didn't come again, she said nonchalantly. She had to pretend to be strong as if it didn't matter to her, even though the sorrow, the heartbreak, was killing her from inside. That would be the last thing she wanted to do, show her vulnerability and make her parents sad. It was not their fault. Her marriage didn't work out. It was not their fault when her husband decided to divorce her abruptly without any reason. They only wanted to see their daughter happy, and even though they didn't show it to her, Anna knew her parents had left everything behind only to support her during her lowest, including her siblings. God only knows what that boy is up to. He neither talks to you directly nor attends the hearing. It looks like he is punishing you for no reason. She could hear her mother's complaint over the other side of the phone. What was ripping Anna from inside was that Leon just left her without telling her anything. It has been 2 years since she saw her husband. Since that fateful night when he looked enraged, she even tried to contact his parents to know his whereabouts. At first, she called her mother-in-law, but even after calling her many times, there was no response, and one day, she was notified the number was not in use. As a last resort, she visited their house only for her mother-in-law to shut the door on her face. Since then, like her mother said, even Anna now felt for what he was punishing her. But for what? She had no clue. Teodoro assured me that the case is in our favor because of his absenteeism, she said, sounding optimistic, which she was anything but. Anna wiped her tears by the back of her hand when she saw the driver glancing at her from the mirror. She could feel pity in his eyes, which was the last thing she needed. Anna knew no matter how much her mother tried covering up, there was a glint of sadness in her voice. I always tell you to let us accompany you to the court. Why don't you let us be with you? Her mother couldn't help but complain. Mama, you know how long it will take to get past my hearing. I can't let you wait for long hours plus. I have to go to the office too from there. I can't let you and Papa be on your own. Anna lied, knowing how emotional her mother would become once the reality of the courtroom hit her. Before her mother could retort, she immediately interrupted, Okay, I have reached the office now and need to go. I am already late than the assigned time. Love you, bye. With that, she hung up the call while, in reality, she was still in the cab. She was busy putting the phone back into her bag when she saw tissue paper in her periphery. When she raised her eyes, she saw the cab driver passing her the tissue with one hand, while the other was still on the steering wheel. Thanks, she murmured before accepting and wiping her tears properly. God will not burden the soul more than it could handle. Anna glanced at the driver through the mirror when he said. However, she chose to remain silent. First, he was a stranger. Second, he didn't even know what she was going through. Letting out a deep sigh, she stared blankly out of the window till she reached her office. It took her nearly an hour to reach the office, as the civil courts were located at one corner of the city while her office was in the main commercial area. Paying the fare, Anna fingered the strap of her bag before pulling them over her shoulder and jogging inside the building. She was panting slightly by the time she dived into the almost closing elevator and glanced at her watch. Shit, she cursed, realizing she was late. By the time the elevator reached her floor, Anna took a few deep breaths before putting on her practiced mask and stepped out of the elevator. She didn't bother to share pleasantries with her colleague on her way to her desk. A startled shriek escaped her mouth when a silvery voice sounded from behind. You are late. Let me guess, that ass didn't turn up again. Vilma, Anna's best friend and colleague, said. You scared me, Anna said, placing her hand over her heart. However, Vilma caught her lie. She rolled her eyes when she noticed Anna's face. Her eyelashes were still heavy with mist, and her reddened nose showed she cried on her way. Anybody can guess what is going on in her mind, and yet she pretends as if doesn't affect her, Vilma thought. So, what is it? Am I correct? Or am I correct? Vilma said with a smug. Well, we should always look for the good, even in bad times. The case is in my favor because he is not attending, Anna said with her signature smile. The unusual part of her smile was her Dracula teeth, which made her smile more charming. Yes, Mother Teresa, now move your ass as we have a meeting with the boss. I have been waiting and covering up for you. And before I forget, we are going for a party in the evening, Vilma said as a matter-of-factly stunning Anna. But, seeing that Anna was ready to decline her offer for that party, Vilma interrupted her. I am not taking no for an answer. Either you come willingly or I am abducting you. Vilma, you know my family and me. We don't do parties. We are lower middle class. We value virtue more than anything, remember? Anna said while flicking Vilma's head. There is a reason I call you Mother Teresa. You live for others, and look where it landed you. The moment words were out, Vilma shut her mouth, cursing inwardly, seeing Anna hurt by her words. I am sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you, Anna, but you have to learn to live for yourself. I am concerned about you, babe. I know you are worried about me, but I can't lie to my family. They trust me, and I can't break that trust. You are not lying, It's just for you not telling the truth either. Plus, we are not going to do anything wrong. Just hang out and have some fun. You need a break, and I will do anything on my part to get you out of your desperation. Omission of words is still a lie, Vilma, Anna retorted, wearing her ID and grabbing her laptop before walking towards the meeting with Vilma. Vilma was always good at manipulations, and she knew Anna was the kind of person who thinks from her heart rather than her brain. I already spoke to your mother, and she is okay with you staying with me for tonight. Now the end of the discussion, or we will be late for our weekly meeting. With that, Vilma dragged Anna towards the room. Both worked for a multinational company that provided finance as a third party and provided customer support services to various clientele companies. They worked as business analysts and mainly worked on managing data for millions of customer and forecasting future handles. Today's meeting agenda is a client visit and the joining of new assistant vice president who will be taking over from John. Basically, he worked in the US branch but has now relocated to our country branch. Sean, Anna's manager, announced to his team, "Now I want no mistakes. As a multinational company, their agenda for visiting our country branch is to revamp our team with new technology. This client visit is essential for us. One mistake and it will cost the company. So pull up your socks and give your best in the coming month." With that, he concluded the meeting. After their working hours were over, Vilma took Anna to a nearby mall to buy a new dress for the supposed party night, which Anna still didn't agree with, and Vilma couldn't care less. Anna gaped when her friend chose a beige-colored bodycon dress with delicate lace sleeves that could make her fair complexion stand out. "Are you crazed? I am not wearing that dress. You know, short dresses and especially body hugging is a big no for me," Anna said in disbelief. She never expected her best friend not to know her clothing preferences. "Oh, you always dress like an old rag with loose clothes. And the place where we are going, my friend, doesn't even let you linger in their parking lot if you dress like that," Vilma said, gazing at Anna from head to toe, making the latter flush in embarrassment. "Vilma," Anna said, gritting her teeth, glancing around. On the other hand, Vilma had her own plan. She picked another short dress, and before Anna could protest, she shoved both the dresses in Anna's hand before pushing her into the trial room. "We don't have all day. Try them. Will you? We have to buy you sandals also." The moment Anna slammed the trial room door with extra force, Vilma chuckled at her friend's childish trait. "You have seen worse in your life. For once, I want to make you forget that ass," Vilma thought. Going to the party was just an excuse to make Anna come out of her shell. Vilma had strong vibes. Anna needed more happy moments to relish, as the time ahead would be tormenting, drowning her in endless misery.